Hi, I'm Ted Baer. Welcome to my channel, Communicating with Your Dog. We'll be going over rule number 7 in this video out of 15 important rules to establish in your household and integrate into your dog training. They'll help you have an obedient dog. You have family members and regular guests in your house. They'll all have to be filled in on some of the rules, but you'll be able to teach them that. By the way, you'll find links to all my videos, including all 15 rules, down in the description section below. I suggest the first video I made, which talks about the importance of using a language with your dog. Many people think that having an obedient dog is just beyond their reach, and I'm here to tell you that's not the case. You can train your dog to be obedient and to be terrific. Rule number 7, praise rather than punish. I want you in your training to stress the positive. Lightly touch on the negative and turn the negative into a positive. It's simple. Encourage the things you want your dog to do and discourage the things you don't want your dog to do. The idea is essential for dog training. Just like humans, dogs who are complimented on a well-done job versus condemned for mistakes will make really good progress in their training and they'll be happy. Here's an example for you. Let's say you're feeding your dog and your dog instinctively grabs a mouthful of food, walks slightly away from the bowl, and drops it on the floor, eating some of it, just to return back to the bowl itself. Well, if you find this habit irritating and you'd like to change it, like I would, you want to scold your dog by yelling at the dog that they are bad. Pick up the bowl of food and encourage your dog and praise your dog to eat the kernels of food before you put the dish back down. A warning here, if your dog is growling at you for touching that filled up food bowl, or if there's even a slight chance that your dog will be biting you when you do this, then don't touch the food bowl. And that's a subject for another video. But getting back to my example, so you've encouraged your dog to clean up the kernels that the dog has dropped, and you've praised your dog for it, and then you put the dish back down. If your dog comes back to the food dish and starts to do it again, carrying away food, just repeat this whole process again. It may take you a whole week of monitoring your dog's feeding to correct this behavior. But in this example, you told your dog that a certain behavior was bad, you praised your dog for correcting it, and then in general, you just corrected a bad eating habit. And you can apply that to other bad habits your dog has as well. There are several ways of praising and encouraging your dog. A small piece of meat or cheese could be used. A favorite chew toy might be held back just for the end of training sessions. An intermixing of work and play always is a hit. Two of my favorites is just a good scratch and the word good. When I use the word good with my dogs, their tails just wag. And every dog loves a good scratch, and they all have their favorite spot. In general, know the different ways that you can encourage and praise your dog and vary them. But praise and encourage your dog often. I suggest food treats in all new training. I support food as it's very motivational. Food rewards will Allow your dog to learn things quickly and have more fun. However, once your dog learns a particular command, you want to phase out the food and substitute other rewards. You want your dog to listen to you without and with food. Use food for all new training and only intermittently with previously learned material. Punishment per se should never be used. The term implies rough treatment. If you get mad at your dog, never hit your dog. You want your dog to listen to you out of love, not fear. Presently, if you're treating your dog roughly, give a try to a squirt bottle. A squirt from a squirt bottle can hit your dog quickly and from a distance. Rather than punish, try discipline like you would a child. The basic principle is to not let your dog get away with anything you consider bad. Now you want to gauge this discipline to the severity of the crime. Your goal is to make sure your dog knows that what they did was wrong. Let's say your dog has torn up the kitchen trash and there's a large mess that you have to clean up. Well, I'm going to put my dog on a down stay, and it's going to have to sit there a while. I'm going to have a leash on it to control the dog so that it can't just quickly run away. I can grab that long leash and put it back into position. And I'm going to be yelling at it. I'm going to yell bad at it and show my displeasure to the dog as I'm mad and I'm picking up all of this trash. Another example is, let's say you see that your dog is sniffing a counter. Well, here the squirt bottle would be perfect. Give a squirt to its muzzle and yell bad at your dog. Think of sniffing a counter as just one little step away from them grabbing the food. You don't want them to even sniff a counter. In both examples, you want to give some sort of quick training session at the end of this to allow your dog to be in good standing with you since you were just mad at it. And your dog will be awfully glad to be back in your good graces as well. Most people don't discipline their dogs in front of their friends. Thus, their dogs run wild. When company comes over, it means anything goes. If you make humane corrections in front of your friends, they won't mind. They'll actually understand what you're doing and they'll appreciate them. Soon your dog will learn that he has to follow the rules no matter if you have guests over or not. You and your dog will gain the respect of your friends. There's even a chance that your friends will look forward to their next visit to your house. Please give me a thumbs up. My book, Communicating with Your Dog, is available on Amazon. When it came out initially, it won a Dog Writers Association of America award. It's now in its 3rd edition. It outlines a simple 20-word language for you to share with your dog.